In this video, we're looking at factor weighting approach or weighted scoring model. Now, this approach is used to select suppliers. You can use it to select different products, different projects that you plan to start based on a number of criteria. Now, this approach takes into account multiple criteria. So here we have innovation, production capacity, and location. So let's assume that we are just looking at these three different criteria. And then we need to give each one of these criteria some weightage because based on how important they are. Let's say we give a higher priority to innovation. So in that case, we can give it, let's say, 0.4. And then let's assume that we're giving production capacity 0.3, and then the location 0.3. So these two are same weightage, that's okay. But the thing is, like, all of the weight should add up to 1. Or if you're using percentage, all of them should be 100%. So let's do a quick check. So that is adding up to 1. And once you have the weight, now we're going to score each supplier based on these criteria. So you can score, you can use different scale here. I'm using 1 to 10. You can use 1 to 5. You can use 1 to 100. Doesn't matter, but what's important is that you use the same scale for different items or different suppliers that you're trying to compare. So here, let's say I give innovation, let's say 6 out of 10. Production capacity, let's say we give a 5, and then location is 8. And for this one, you go and score, give a score for each one of these criteria. Let's say for innovation, say 5, production capacity 4, and then location, let's say 6. So based on this score, we can calculate the total score. So before doing that, we need to multiply. So we have different priority for each one of these criteria. So you need to multiply by the weightage, that the priority is given by the weightage. So let's do that, times the score. So that gives us the total of 6.3 for supply 1. So similarly, you find the total score for supply 2. So that is going to be weight times the score that you're given. And that gives us a total score of 5. So in this case, the supply 1 has the highest score, 6.3. So we would choose supply 1. Sometimes in your exercises, you might find that production capacity is twice as important as innovation, or location is thrice as important as innovation. So in that case, we can use a variable here. So we have X as innovation, and then production capacity is 2X, and then location, so weightage is 3X, and so on. Now, for us to use it in a settings in a table like this, you need to convert this, find out what X is. So you can create a simple formula like this. So X plus 2X plus 3X here should be equal to 1. So in that case, if you just evaluate that will give you 6X is equal to 1. And that means X is equal to 1/6. Now, You can put that weightage here. So let's find the weightage for that. So if x is equal to 1/6, we can just convert it into decimals. So it's 1 divided by 6. That's around 0.166. And then for this one, it's equal to 2x. So x is equal to 1/6. So we can do the math here. So it's 2 into 1 divided by 6. So that's around 0.33. And same here, equal 3 into 1/6. That's adds up to 1, right? So when you add them all together, that should give you 1. So we can use this weight to do the calculation now. So once you have this, you can get the score. So the score, we have it. We can use the same score. Let's say you can put your own score there. And let's say you gave the same score, but the weight is different because this is how we found the priority or weight of each one of these criteria. And then we need to find the weighted score. So here, if you do the math, that would give you sum that. So again, you have a similar score here. So you can see supply 1 has the score of total score of 6.67, and then supply 2 has a score of 5.17. So I would go with supplier 1 based on this analysis. All right, thank you.